everyone, it is Char from Char's Fascination, and this morning I'm fashionatedly bringing you some omelet. Now, I steam my food, and right now I'm going to have the back burner. The front burner is kind of like burning out. So it's always nice to have a back burner that's about the same size as one of the front burners. So get into this. I'm using 3 eggs, right? Some roasted garlic with tomato and basil cheese. Oh, this is so good from Aldi. And then some chunky mild salsa, because we need to spice it up. So while this pan is heating, let's crack those eggs. And actually, my friend Mark Glitz, you have to go check out his channel. I'll be having him playing in the background of another video later. Wanted me to do a video about the eggs and steaming, so that's what I'm doing this morning. Let me get my hand washed here. While that pan is heating up. Now, I whisk my eggs, but what I like to do is make sure that I have the salsa in it already. Now, some of us will just put the salsa on it, which is fine as well. It's your preference. And it's a preference. Oh, hold on. I gotta get help opening this jar. Sometimes I wonder. Oh, hold on. Okay, I did get that open, but one thing I want to tell you about this cheese. It's inexpensive, but it's like one of those really rich cheeses that you would get that's like really flavorful. And look at the color on that with the garlic, tomato, and basil. This is a delightful cheese. So getting back to this is, before I even put the fork in there to whisk that, I put that salsa in there. Whisk that up. Probably like, good gosh, that's a lot of salsa for just 3 eggs. Not really. Not really. So now what I'm going to do, because I have that that pan, and now I have it on a medium heat. I love to cook on a medium heat. That is the best way to do this. And move it in the pan a bit until it like covers it. Let that sit for a moment. Then I put the lid on it. Now the reason that I do that is this is when it starts to steam the egg. I don't know how well you can see that that is steaming the egg, but being on the big burner, you know, the big back burner doesn't usually like get used too much. But this will actually start to steam that egg that's in there. Now you can do this with your, what we would generally do as a fried egg, but this today I'm doing as an omelet. And now while I'm waiting for this to steam, I'm going to take these little bits of cheese and just cut them so that as I go to put them on the omelet, except for this one, I like a good, I mean, look at all the flavor on that. Garlic, tomato, basil. It's one of the good ones. You can get this, like I said, from Aldi. And when you come to this part and you feel like it's almost ready for the cheese. Now see, I do this a specific way. This thing. So that when this is almost to where I want it, then what I do is go ahead and add the cheese, let that cheese steam right into the omelet, which is good for melty factor, right? It's a great melty factor. Now, a lot of people may not think about that, but sometimes I feel like the back burner doesn't work too good. I think the coils might need replaced, but that's okay. You know, when you have an appliance, and sometimes it just gets temperamental. Oh my gosh, yes it does. So, while this is still trying to figure itself out, we have this here, and then in between those times, how do you keep your kitchen cleaner? Clean it in between. Okay, now the omelet is actually coming to the point where we want to add in that cheese. Add in that cheese. Just throw it in there however you want. Everything's going straight to the same place. Your stomach, your digestive. I love a good spice in my food because it's good for digestive health. And you see how like the edges of the omelet are nice and firm. And in the pan, because I sprayed this and then I steam it, it ripped a little bit. It is what it is. It was thin on the edge anyway. See how that gets a little thin right there? You're like, no, you're gonna burn yourself. I probably would end up burning myself if I didn't get that part loose. But yeah, this is just gonna slide in your pan, cover it back up, let that finish steaming, and the aroma in here is already very nice. Now, since this is a good thick cheese, I'm trying to get some light here. There we go. Anyway, right? But anyway, since this is a good thick cheese, it'll take a few minutes for the melty factor to happen. But I'm not worried about that. I know steam was like, but my gosh, it smells nice in here. I already had my coffee. I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna just drink some water with this. And when this is done, oh, it's gonna be flavor factor. Flavor factor. It's always important. Yes, it is. So this isn't gonna take much longer. And now that it's done, I'll show you how easy that just slides right onto that plate. Flip it over. Flip it over. A good omelet, my friend. Look at that. Okay, it has a smile. You see that smile on it? It's so happy it wants to be eaten. So, yes, a happy omelet. I didn't even realize it had the smiley face on it. Oh, this is going to be so good this morning, because I need the energy for what I'm going to be doing. So let me get a bite of this. Cut that piece too big. And look at that cheese, that melty, melty cheese. Yes, there is egg with it. Get a bite of that. That, my friends, right there is some flavor factor. Oh my gosh, that is so good. You can add a meat to this kind of omelet if you want, like a sausage or a bacon. Now remember, this is a high protein. Now if you want to make it more high protein, do add some meat into this. But the high protein diet with me helps my weight come off. And I've been getting back into that. But like I said, my friend Mark, he wanted me to show how I steam eggs. And on one day, I actually will steam what we would call a fried egg. And instead, it's steamed, which means it's a lot healthier because you're not seeing any oil on there, no grease. It's healthier. You can eat these things in moderation. And it also depends on your internal health. Your thyroid and pituitary gland working together balances out your weight. I should know this as a thyroid patient. And it also helps you with a lot of other things internally. Not just here, but also in here. But absolutely. And with that said, stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed, because I'm just going to eat the rest. And then I'll see you for a sewing video later today. See you soon.